So with this live, we are doing Mad Libs. And if you're not familiar with Mad Libs, they are basically it's a very short story, and I will ask you for parts of speech, different types of words, and everybody can just throw them out in the chat and I will fill them in. You won't know what context it is, so it's just going in these blanks, and by the end, it's usually a a funny, kind of silly story. So, um, you can buy Mad Libs. They they come already printed and everything, and they're something like this, and they have blanks. They have the blanks and everything, and tell you what parts of speech they tell you what parts of speech and whatnot. But I decided I like originality, and I made up my own. So, um, like we do at wedding shower. Oh, I don't know. I guess probably wedding showers would be appropriate. I do have this one that's a bachelorette edition. So I would guess that, yeah, baby showers, wedding showers, that would be something that people would do. This one doesn't have anything to do with weddings or babies or bachelorette parties. Uh, I did. You did that last time. Oh, I did. I did the bachelorette a while back. I didn't do it last time. Last time I made up my own. It was last Sunday night. It was a new year. So this week, again, I wrote my own. So I will ask you. Oh, yeah, Mason's the last time you were here. Yeah, maybe so. But last week I made up my own. Well, actually, Christmas Eve I did one that was not really my own. I used the "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" poem, but I kind of edited it. So this time I made it my own again, and since we have several people in here and it looks like we've got an active chat, I'll go ahead and get started. So first, I'm going to need an animal and a name. It could be a name of a real person or a made up one, whatever. An animal, a name, a couple of verbs ending in S. Oh, there we go. Platypus. I got the animal. I need a name and a couple verbs ending in S. Vladimir. Oh, Vladimir. His name. I like that. Vladimir. Goes is one of the verbs. Okay. And dances. How about okay, that's good. I need another verb and an occupation. Let's see here. An occupation, a verb, and okay, chef. Um, oh, I can use one of the verbs that Mason put out there. I need a couple of sounds, two different types of sounds. Two different types of sounds and another verb. Splat. Okay. Grr. Okay. I'll do grr. And I need another a verb and a noun. Oh, autocorrect did keeping, not me. Okay. I need a verb, a noun, and a type of container. A verb, a noun, a type of container, and a number. Um, let's see. I'm gonna use the the cardinal for the noun. I need a number. Oh, and a body part. Okay, 17 for the number. Oh, Mason, 69 would have been appropriate, but uh, I'm gonna go with 17 because that's what I put in. Body part, and then a body part plural. Oh, I guess I could use, since Ben was the first one to say something. I guess body part plural. He came in saying balls. So I'm going to use Ben's since he immediately came in with that. All right. I need a type of container. Did anybody do the type of container yet? I didn't see anybody put one of those in. I need a type of container and a verb. Um, Pitcher. Okay. And I need another verb. And an animal. Um, Verb jumping. Okay, I'm just gonna do jump because I need it to do just be a. Um, oh, I need one more verb. Sorry. Somebody said fly. Okay, I forgot that blank. Okay, and animal. Um, I got two there. Beaver and tiger. Well, beaver came first, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, I think I got them all. Let me make sure I filled them all in. Um, let's see. Yes, I think I have all the blanks. All right, I got it all. For those of you just joining, we're doing a Mad Libs. Everybody's given me answers to put in the blanks. Now that we have it all filled in, I will read you the story, which I'm sure will make perfect sense. And the name of this story is called My Pet Platypus. I have a pet platypus. His name is Vladimir, and he is always giving me grief. He goes and dances all day long, and I can't get any relief. I work from home as a chef, so I dance until the setting sun. With all Vladimir's gurrs and splats, I can hardly get anything done. One day I let Vladimir fly outside because I needed some time for me. But when I went out to check on him, my platypus was stuck in a tree. I leaned a cardinal against the tree, strapped a pitcher to my back, but as I climbed 17 feet up, a branch began to crack. I broke my leg and two of my balls when I tumbled to the ground. But don't you worry about Vladimir. He decided to jump down. The moral of the story: if you don't want to end up dead, don't let your platypus outside. Get a beaver instead. That actually made sense. Well, most of it. Leaning a cardinal against the wall or against the tree didn't. Uh, that wasn't so sensible. All right. So, you like that one? Uh, Good? Yes. I'm gonna have to come up with another one before for next Sunday. Um. Oh, Dennis, you made me laugh. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I thought it was entertaining. Everybody seems to like them. I may have to do a little bit longer one next time. A lot of people are participating, so this is great. Which means I can probably make more blanks. I'll just make a slightly longer story because it doesn't last very long. Most of the time it takes is saying what I need and getting answers and everything. So, in case you weren't here at the beginning when I was talking about my publications, I started a new publication called Ellrich Unraveling, and it is a home for my short stories, flash fiction, and poetry. If you are interested in any of that, please check that out. I don't have very many subscribers, followers on that one yet. Subscribers, I guess, because followers is under my name. Anyway, if you want to subscribe to a fiction publication, I'm going to be putting those out. I did one free one last week, and I'm going to be publishing a couple more this week. Mason says, I'm interested in your poetry. Well, I've got them sectioned off. So if you want to, you know how you can go into a publication and you can subscribe to certain sections. So I thought if people don't like poetry or if they prefer poetry or whatever, they can unsubscribe from a certain section or just subscribe to the flash fiction or the serialized novels or whatever. So I decided to put them in sections, and if you want to read all of them, that's fine too. But there's some people who might prefer one or the other. So you can turn off notifications for different ones. Dana says, I'll look forward to them. Mason says, I'll read whatever catches my eye. I remember reading a poem you read. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of poetry or short stories on here on my main publication. Brandon Ellrich is so gay. But I read a short story in October and it got a lot of attention. The clip from it, it's gotten, well, the entire episode and the clip have both gotten more likes and comments and restacks than anything I've ever done. So I decided if people like those things that much, I should probably have a publication dedicated to it. At least that was my thought. We'll see if it turns out that people like it as much as they liked the first one. What else was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, well, I was going to publish a book of poetry and short stories, but publishing, it can be so difficult. Trying to get into the traditional publishing companies is very difficult if you're not already a celebrity or well-known or know someone who's in that industry. And you can self-publish fairly easily on Amazon, especially. It's very easy to do. Well, relatively, I guess. It was easy for me. But it requires a lot of self-promotion. Amazon, you can pay for promotions and things, but you're just having to put more and more money in. And with Amazon, you use bids for impressions and things. It's just, it's kind of complicated. And I didn't want to go that route again. I do have a book on Amazon, but it was just, I just got so tired of promoting it, trying to keep asking people to buy it and put it on LinkedIn and ask people to buy it and stuff. So I just decided, instead of publishing a book, a collection of short stories and poems, I'm going to do it on Substack. On my main publication, I have not paywalled hardly anything. Most of all my content is free. But instead of publishing a book, I'm going to paywall some of the short stories and poems. Some of them will be free. You can read. I'll put out some flash fiction and poetry for free, and you can read those without upgrading. But instead of publishing a book, I'm going to put some of the stuff behind a paywall to make money, because my thought was, if I published a book and went out to a book signing or whatever, I'd have these stack of books and I could say, hey, all these books are for free. You can pay me if you want to, but you can also just take the books. So I figured, if I were going to do that, if I were going to put them on Substack, it would make sense to charge for them if people really liked my writing and wanted to support me. I know not everybody can subscribe for a paid subscription to every Substack they want, and I understand that. And if I'm not on that list for you, then that's fine. I don't blame you or anything. And like I said, I will have free stuff on there every week. At least my plan is every week or every other week to post free stuff, free content. But I'm also going to have stuff that's behind the paywall. So I hope some people will be okay with that and want to subscribe and read my stuff. Um, Dana says you have a creative mind. I will look to see what you come up with. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's when I started writing, I really enjoyed writing poetry and fiction. That was my passion. I started writing on WordPress and then went to Medium and did some more of that. On Medium, it wasn't as popular. The poetry, because Medium paid for reading time, poems were usually short, and so you didn't get much for your poetry. And not a lot of people seemed to like the fiction. So I took a different route. I started writing humorous pieces, and a lot of people liked those. And so that's what I came to Substack to do. And a lot of my content on Substack, at least on my original publication, Brandon Ellrich is So Gay, most of that is satirical or humorous. And it's done fairly well. Not not as well as others in the humor category, but I can't complain. I mean I can, but it's not going to do me any good. I'm not as high on the list as some people in my category, but I'll keep going with it. Oh, and yeah, and by the way, my new publication isn't taking the place of my old one. I still have that one too. Still going to put out content from that. But I want to see how this does, the fiction and poetry. I really like doing that. I like coming up with new stories, and I especially love twists. I love stories with twists in them and reading stories with twists. And so that's what I put in my writing as well. I like to write unexpected turns and especially unexpected endings. So I hope if you like that kind of stuff, you can check it out. It's called Ellrich on, oh, I just forgot the name. Ellrich Unraveling. Forget the name to my own publication. To be fair, I just started it last week. I was playing around with the names and stuff, and that's what I came up with. And I even drew my own logo. It's a little guy unraveling. So anyway, I hope you check that out. Tomorrow I'm going to be going live speaking with Sue Reed. She writes Confidence Matters. I'll be talking with her at noon Central Time tomorrow. I was supposed to talk with her in December, but she wasn't feeling well at the time, so we rescheduled. I really like her. I've watched a lot of her videos, and I think a lot of writers can relate to the stuff that she's talking about. Gaining more confidence, more kind of boosting your self-esteem and that kind of thing. I know I can use that every once in a while. I'm sure other people can too. So please tune in tomorrow at noon and watch our conversation. And then Tuesday, I will be on with the Sturge again, Gerald Sturgill. We started this thing last Tuesday called Tuesdays with Two Gays. And we'll be talking about different social things, mostly lighthearted things. We'll go into all kinds of different topics. I think we're going to try to avoid politics for the most part because there are just so many other podcasts out there talking about politics, and it's just a lot of it is just so negative and draining. And it's not something that I wanna get involved in. There are other people who are great at that, and I watch different Substack publications to get updated on news and things like that, and I am not a news reporter, so I rely on them to do that. It's not my thing. So, but sometimes you just can't avoid. There are some political issues that affect us, and we have to address them at some point. So, anyway, that's all I'll say about that. Um, that's it for now. Got Monday, Tuesday. I don't know if anything will happen Wednesday or not, but I'll have an article published at least. So check out my stuff, subscribe. I appreciate you all participating. This was fun. I'm going to come up with another story for Mad Libs next Sunday evening. So if you liked this one, please come back for next week. Thanks, everybody. See you later.